Hi everyone, 176 episode TVI. So
Yeah,
that all wrong, every word in the wrong place on that sentence.
TV76i. Just trying to sort my barnet out. It's hard in a camera because that side is that side.
Yeah. And also you don't know your left from your right.
Oh, yeah.
It's much harder for
I'm
you.
trying to cover up this bald patch.
Much harder for you because you're a dingus.
I'm a dildo. I'm a bing bong.
Yeah, I find it really hard because I'm dumb as shit.
I struggle with life because I'm thick.
Yeah, that'll be the next wave, innit? You know, people now.
I identify as thick.
Well, you know, I know this sounds like I'm being like mean about people, but you know, at the minute, a lot of
They're
discussion
cards.
online are sort of, you know, somebody will say something and people are like, well, you know, it's really hard for people with ADHD, and it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, but I wasn't talking about you, was I, you fanny?
Oh, no.
But the next one will be just we've got to sort of, you know, be a bit careful with our language because dumb people are upset.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand that it's really hard for me to do my taxes because I'm fucking stupid.
And the tax people have to take that into consideration.
Yeah. I just got off the phone to HMRC and they didn't seem to understand
Why'd
that
you
I'm
park
thick as
on
shit.
double? You could appeal parking tickets. Sorry, I'm a dumb as shit.
I'm a dumbass. Sorry, man, you got to let me off. But I'm dressed like such a dad today. North Face, not North Face.
Homeless dad.
This isn't even my North Face. I've got a Columbia fleece on today.
I wore a Mac today.
Well, I've got my Patagonia
Nothing underneath.
waterproof windbreaker over there. And I'm actually wearing a pair of Skechers. Do you want to see the Skechers?
They're sketchy.
Hey, there we go. Look at that.
They look kind of comfy, mate.
Well, they're sort of a...
When I'm your age, I might get some.
What if you lose some years? I bought these Skechers years ago. Almost ironically,
When they were in, yeah.
No, they were never. Skechers have never been in, but I saw them
And
and
they
they're
never
so
should
big
be.
and garish and orange and like, and I thought it'd be
Ugly.
quite funny to buy. Yeah, they are ugly. They're gross, but I bought them sort of ironically as like a funny Sketcher.
Yeah,
Skechers are such a middle-aged woman. Like a
But no one gets the irony.
50, 60-year-old woman train. No one gets the irony. I'm just a bloke wearing Skechers. So,
Just an old bloke.
especially when I'm wearing it with a fleet. I've just turned into the thing I was taking the piss out of. But fuck, they're comfortable, man.
I
And they're
bet.
so warm.
That's
and,
what it's
like,
about,
they're
really,
a good
innit?
winter trainer.
That's why I get running trainers, because they're comfy. And I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
run
yeah.
away quickly.
So you can run away from all your kids.
And I can move if I need to. Get everything in my pockets I need. Transatlantic. Can move anywhere in the world and anything on me.
I almost
In my
bought...
bum bag.
It's always got your passport in. That's what you need. Passport and cards. I was looking up sort of I know it's like, it's not an age thing. I think it's just when you get to a certain age, you become more mature with your purchases, right? I was looking up good
Old porn.
I don't watch much porn at all. I'm going to say that it's very rare.
It's on the train.
Yeah, and it's sort of I just tend to watch it, you know, on a big screen, a projector at home.
Break into a cinema, plug it in.
I watch it when I'm getting lifts to gigs with other comedians.
So the Uber
Hey, is
driver
it alright
don't
if I just
speak to you.
It's alright if I just watch a bit of fucking
Sometimes I
scat
just
porn.
put the audio on my car. Stick a CD in.
You say to the person you're giving a lift, "You all right? It's all right, yeah." It's like,
You been gigging long? Busy this weekend?
just go to Edinburgh.
I was in it. Snow!
Oh, sorry. I just find this gets me in the mood for a gig.
Gets me pumped.
But in terms of porn, I'm sure I've said it on here before. I never watch any like new porn.
Yeah.
I only watch
Newborn.
no, but I mean like 90s sort of high end.
The classics.
The classics, yeah.
I prefer
That
the
sort of
more amateur-y.
I don't like the amateur one. I don't trust that
Like
everyone's
that I
in it
filmed
for the right
in a
reasons.
garden.
Right reason sounds wrong, but like I
Like
want to know everyone's getting paid a good load of money.
But amateur porn is the couple want to do it.
If it's definitely amateur, if they're definitely
I don't mean like they've got a gun next to their temple with tears down their face.
What I mean is, how do you
You
know
can see the abduction.
how do you know they're
That's
real-
the lead up is.
How do you know they're a real
snatched
couple? Is what I'm saying.
Because it's my mum and dad.
They're both wearing wedding rings.
They both look at the camera and go, "Hi, what are you doing?"
But that's what I'm always a
Well,
bit.
you can tell like they're a real loving couple.
But that's surely you watch a lot of porn. They are acting at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I don't like about the
I'd only watch
professional porn,
amateur
because it
porn.
feels like
Fake.
yeah.
I see. I need it to be fake. I
Like
don't want it to be
the
real.
woman's going, "Oh God," when she's like giving a blowjob. I'm like, baby, come on, bring it down a bit.
God.
Bring it down.
No, but I don't like porn. I don't find porn very good or entertaining, or I don't really. I obviously I see the appeal. I understand the appeal on a logical level, but it's not.
I have slowed down a lot actually. I was getting a bit fucking problematic. Years ago, I went to a SLA meeting with somebody because I was just doing
SLA.
Sex and Love Anonymous.
Who's love? Who's a love addict?
I don't know. They call them that, I guess. It's basically just...
Fuck off.
But when there was with another act, he wouldn't want me to name
Saying
it.
you're addicted to love is like something you'd say when you're a horrible cunt who's just broken someone's heart.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause you're
sorry.
having an affair. But see, the thing is, I'm just a love addict. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in love with like loads of people at once. Like,
Yeah.
shut
It's
up,
not
egg.
true love, I guess, they're talking about in these meetings, is it? I only went to like 2 or 3, and I gave up porn for like 3 weeks. I didn't have a wank.
Really?
Yeah.
What can't you?
Then I just busted over romance. But I've got the full
Notebook.
Exactly. Ah! But what was I going to say? Like, yeah, in lockdown, I remember I just did so much, and in the end, like, you go the full circle. Like, in the end, you just like something romantic.
Yeah.
in the porn, yeah.
Do you think you'd be addicted to it?
I think you could be addicted to anything in a way. Like
Yeah,
people could
definitely.
get addicted to shopping, can't they? But it's not like a real like heroin addiction, is it? You know,
It doesn't
Well, it's-
sound like a proper one.
it's
Well,
more
yeah.
like you're managing your emotions and you're
Yes.
kind of just distracting from real issues.
And it's I think there's certain ones that are definitely not as destructive.
Yeah.
I'd say in that a shopping addiction, if you end up like rinsing out all credit cards because you're obsessed with buying, that can be financially destructive. But that's when it's extreme. I think most people have in the modern age, I think most people have an element of a shopping addiction in that. We are obsessed with consumption.
Because it's so easy online as well.
Yeah, but it's just consumption. You're constantly out. You go out now, like I'm sure even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people would go out in the morning, be out most of the day and not spend money. But now, if I go out, I walk past a coffee shop, got to get a coffee. I walk past a fucking H&M, I have to have a mooch around it. Like, I just constantly just, and you end up just buying yourself little things.
That's why.
And I'm sure it's a distraction from
Primark isn't as damaging, is it? Because
I suppose, but it is to the children that make the stuff. So that's why I don't buy that shit.
they should. That's their addiction,
I've
isn't it?
recently, and I've basically, because my wife Hannah's been working quite a lot. Me and Twyla have been basically spent a lot of days just us, right?
Yeah.
And we go out and about on little adventures, and she loves charity shops because it's like a jumble sale, isn't it? It's just loads of shit to rummage around. She likes running through all the clothes and stuff. But also a lot of charity shops have these things where they've got a toy bit and there's a bucket of just little toys, random weird shitty toys for like 50p. And that's Twyla loves little things.
Christmas sorted.
But you know how toddlers love little things.
Yeah.
They're obsessed with little tiny things. So she will just rummage through this thing and find something that she likes, and it's 50p, and it's a bit of a laugh. I mean, it's just a bit of fun
Take
for her.
out of her pocket money.
Yeah, but like yesterday, or 2 days ago, she found a tiny skateboard in it, and we bought that for 50p.
Like
and now,
fingerboard.
yeah, and she just puts her toys on it and pushes them around. It's quite a fun little thing. But since we've been going into these charity shops around like in Mitcham and places like that, where we go on our little mooches, Wimbledon. I just had, like, while she's looking through the toys, I'll have a little look at the men's clothes. You find some absolute crazy things. Like, I found a black Levi's denim jacket that is perfect. There's not a blemish on it, and it was 20 quid, and it is such a good fit. And I was like, I'm fucking having that, and it's wicked. Just give it a wash. You got yourself like a perfect. I would have dropped £100 on that before. Do you know what I mean?
The ones in Blackheath though, that Levi jacket would be. I saw a jacket in there, £120.
Yeah, that's not on.
This is no bullshit either. I put it on my Insta story. There was a pair of trainers for 300 and something.
Oh yeah,
pounds
I remember we talked about this. It's mad.
In a charity shop.
See, that's like unacceptable. I saw a Stone Island.
That's Blackheath though, yeah.
In one in Tooting, and that was £80. And
guy's
Stone
in
Island
jail.
stuff is so expensive.
The guy, some football hooligan. I used to have a Stone Island jacket.
I've got a Stone Island T-shirt. Yeah. They're so expensive, but yeah, I'd like Stone Island. This Stone Island Max, a big thing. It was like £80, which actually for a Stone Island coat,
probably about 400 quid or something.
Oh, easily, yeah. So, but yeah, it's been quite a little. That's been the last sort of 2 weeks. We had little rummages around. I also found a Nudie Jeans grey sweatshirt for £6.
What's Nudie, the brand?
That's the ones I wear, the jeans I wear.
Ah, and you can get free alterations forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going to send us some, weren't they?
Were they?
Yeah, don't you remember before lockdown?
Fuck.
Then lockdown happened.
Shit. How do we get back in touch with them? Nudie. If anyone from Nudie is listening, please send us jeans.
Send me some jeans.
They've got I like the names of Nudie jeans. The different
loose
cuts.
crotch area.
Have you ever worn a Nudie jean, Lucas?
No, I've never.
What's the difference
about them?
Yeah.
Well, they're very well made. They're not sort of like, you've got sort of tiers of jeans, haven't you? You've got the top end.
Tears on my jeans.
There's sort of the Edwin types that are like 150 quid a pair. They're made of that Japanese denim. People are always talking about them in our WhatsApp group, jeans, for some reason. But them ones are very well made. The sort of, is it selvage denim or something? It's called
salvaged or
selvage. Selvedge.
What's that bread mean?
The next, I don't know. It's a special type of Japanese denim, I think. But then you got the next one down is like a very, very well made denim, like a Nudie, and these are about £120 a pair. Free repairs for life. And then the next down, you've probably got your Levi's. A good pair of Levi's would cost you 70, 80 quid. And they're very good. They'll last forever. You know what I mean?
I ain't had Levi's
and after that,
for years, man.
after that is when you get into your dog shit sort of, H&M shit.
I haven't got my Primark.
£40 for a pair isn't good.
No.
And then you've got your Primarks, which are like 20 quid and
I've got
crap.
I've got my £100 jeans on today.
What is it? What brand?
I think they're, what are they?
Raw. Is it G Raw?
G-Star.
G-Star Raw. But yeah, what I like about the Nudies, they've got good names for their cuts. They've got different cuts of shape. So I think these are a Lean Dean. Then you get like Slim Jims. We'd probably want a Slim Jim tapered.
Might get that,
yeah.
I like a bit of ankle showing. I don't know why. I like the breeze on it.
Show it off to all the boys.
Like you're a woman from the 1800s.
Yeah, exactly. Just flash a bit of ankle. Hello, boys.
What was that stripper Betty Page? Was that her name? Yeah.
Was she a stripper?
Betty Page, was it?
Betty Page. Can we bring up a picture of Betty Page, please?
Oh, I might have the
She was
name
a
wrong.
model.
Queen
of the pin-ups.
Yeah,
Queen of the pin-ups.
What about her?
This is my sort of era of porn that I watch.
She was a lenger, bruv.
What was I do think I know who you're talking about. I think there was a film made about her.
She a ting, bruv.
She is lovely. What a lovely looking
lovely lady.
But what I don't know. How did we get? What we're talking about? Oh, talking about second-hand jeans. But yes, get yourself a nice pair of jeans. I don't mind a bit. I don't mind a bit. If there's certain clothes, I think second-hand is all right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like Levi looks quite good.
Like a nice,
warm.
Levi's jacket. Yeah, there's denim's all right in it. It's meant to last forever. So obviously, unless you just sort of get buried in it, it should essentially be
bit tatty,
revived.
doesn't it?
I get pretty much all my stuff secondhand.
Where do you?
Charity shops,
Yes.
thrift stores, like vintage shops.
Mm.
Everything you can get: jeans, jackets.
Vintage seems expensive
Pants.
though.
Yeah,
shops.
I think there's a pants.
Toilet roll.
Yeah.
Dildos.
Toothbrush.
Flannels for your face. I just find them in the garbage. Just cut them off old jackets.
I'd like that to be, because obviously I think, your generation, sort
A
of, I
yarn.
reckon I'm learning that that's a better way of doing it than, you know, the last 10 years has been all fast fashion,
Yeah.
like Boohoo and fucking shit like that, ASOS. You know, so I think hopefully that is on the way out and people start realising.
Oxfam's pricey though, isn't it? Oxfam, fucking.
Yeah, some of them
You sound like a
bougie as
tramp saying that. Oh,
Their
can you bring
sleeping
down
bags
Oxfam
are
recently?
extortionate.
Oxfam's fucking well expensive, mate.
Cardboard boxes are extortionate.
But I mean, I suppose I reckon it does depend on the area. It depends on
Definitely.
the area, and I reckon the staff, because surely the staff set the prices.
Yeah.
If you get one who doesn't know what the brand, like that nudie jumper I got for £6, whoever put the price on that didn't know that jumper would cost you £90
Yeah,
normally.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if anything, it's rude. I should have said to him, you know, you can get probably £20 for this. Just
I accidentally took a big bag of my son's brand new clothes. You know, like True Religion, that brand.
Yeah.
It's like super expensive,
Right.
man, like 150 quid jeans. But his mum said, "Oh, can you take the charity stuff to and I'll leave it in the hallway."
yeah.
She put that bag with them.
Oh, come on.
Like,
That
it
is-
was so not my fault.
No, that is absolutely.
And
yeah,
and I
her
rang the
fault. You know,
charity shop and they said, "Oh, we've shipped it out to," like they definitely had it on.
Yeah, all the staff are just dressed to the
100%.
nines
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
walk in.
I mean, there was a good few things in there, man.
There's got to be like, I mean, again, I reckon they shouldn't, and morally it'd be wrong, but I do think.
They definitely take stuff.
You reckon?
Yeah, 100%. They have the first rummage, I reckon.
But in a lot of them, I wouldn't. You know, a lot of charity shop volunteers don't look like the sort who would wear.
I don't know, man. My
those
experience,
clothes.
though, like charity shop volunteers are fucking annoying people.
Oh man,
They're the worst.
I will say though, there's a
What's the
few
matter with
places. There's a couple of ones I've been in where I've got a repeat. I've been in twice or so over a fortnight, and I've seen different members of staff, and they do that thing where they, you know, it's almost like work placements for people with quite, you know, severe learning difficulties.
Yeah, yeah, that's well insulting to them.
What-
If they're not,
no, I
they're
mean,
listening and like, "Oh, he comes into our shop, yeah." What?
Oh,
That nice man who comes into the shop, come over here. They're at work or something. They're all spastic.
oh no. But you can't say that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But yeah, that's there's some like that, and yeah, that's you know, it's good. It's good that I think that's a good thing that shops do. You do it, supermarkets do it, and it's a necessary and helpful thing for everyone.
Yeah, except for me when I'm getting served. Come on, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, come on. Can we get someone on the tilt bet? No, no, yeah.
That's how I started working here as a
That's
charity.
it. We
Yeah,
gave it
yeah.
to you. We're like, oh, look at this poor boy. Saw this poor boy working at Vauxhall Comedy. Get him in the studio.
Let's help him out.
Yeah.
Give him some responsibility.
What sort of charities do you go? What charity shops do you go to? What's your favourites?
Cancer research is
In terms of it, that's
always
one
pretty
you'll
good.
support. You
Big
like
fan
the
of
cause.
cancer.
Oh, yeah, I love cancer. Well, actually, yeah, some of them are
It's taken away some of my worst enemies.
some of them are bad. Like some of them, they don't give as much as you're supposed to. Some of them like were boycotted. Like I can't remember if cancer research was actually.
Well,
one.
cancer research obviously is quite a
British
tricky
Heart,
one for vegans. You know, on a
Because they can
technical
make a
level.
serious profit, and they've got their tax write-offs because they're charities, aren't they?
Yeah.
They can make bare profit. Like the CEO, if the CEO's a billionaire, you know that
Yes.
they're
But no, but on a technical level,
Not
you know,
helping
as a
cancer.
vegan, you know, cancer research does sit quite, you know, uncomfortably with me because obviously, you know, they're sort of it's cancer research.
they test
does
all the
test
clothes out on animals.
Well, no, it's cancer research. Obviously, when the actual cancer research side of it do test on animals.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm against that.
I think that's
morally.
why. Yeah, but they've got some great.
It's a
stuff.
tricky one, isn't it?
but
But look at that jumper. I mean,
Great.
come on.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because if they're saving humans' lives, that's a grey area, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
but if they're just testing some lipstick out, you know what I mean?
But even then, I think you know the argument is why is a human's life more important than an
Yeah,
animal?
that's the debate.
I
isn't
don't
it?
think they are. I think you know my that's why I'm vegan is I don't think we are, you know, more important I think I
Than a-
understand we're
than
more
a rat.
sentient and we're more, evolved. But I don't think that doesn't mean you're more important.
I think I'm
unless you're
more important
religious.
than humans.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. I think on an individual level, yeah. But I think when you actually zoom out, unless you're like a religious person, I don't really think.
I think if that was
there's
put
any
to the
argument
vote, though,
for
in
important.
England, like most people would think that we are more important, I reckon,
but
than a rat
And you'd argue that is the ego that comes with
being a bad man,
evolution.
being great.
Yeah, that's it. Being like sort
It's
of
hard being the
having
best.
evolved to the sort of slight top of the food chain. Top of the food chain when we've got all our tools and weapons. Being going to win a fight with most animals on one-on-one. But like, I think it comes with an ego where it makes you think you're more important than you are.
But we'd win against them with our brains, wouldn't we? Our teamwork and our spears.
I mean, one-on-one you wouldn't know.
Nah.
Would you? One-on-one, you and a bear, you're fucked.
Yeah, mate.
You and a tiger, you and most animals would
I'm gonna
fuck
play
you up.
dead.
You and a fucking
And I'm gonna
fox,
play
an
dead by
angry
being
fox would
dead.
Probably do you.
What about insects?
I mean, again, I wouldn't eat or use insects for stuff, but
Because people say as well, like vegetables, they're sprayed with insecticide, aren't they? So the insects are getting killed for vegetables.
yeah. There's that's one of the problems with modern farming, isn't it?
Yeah.
But again, you can sort of be against, or you could be, there's that idea you should try and.
Some people
buy
only eat
locally and
apples that have
organic.
fallen from a tree. They don't pick them.
I met a fruitarian once.
They only eat fruit.
Only eats fruit.
Healthy.
It doesn't have to just fall from the tree. I think he's allowed to pick it out the tree. He was an old guy in Cairns. He
looked old.
He was Hannah's school friend when she was growing up. His dad was a fruitarian, and he moved up to Cairns in the sort of northeast of Australia, sort of tropical, and lived up in the forest. Like there's a place called Kuranda. It's a village up in the forest.
Stealing fruit.
I know, but he set up a fruit cafe where he just basically made like nice drinks and fruit drinks, and he made sun-dried fruits. And we went to visit. When we went to visit, we were in the area and we popped in, and we had like the best fruit I've
I
ever
bet it's
eaten.
nice, man.
And he was a guy.
Where's he getting his protein?
Fruit's got protein, hasn't
Is
it?
it?
Just
Yeah.
not a lot, but if you're eating it all day, you can survive. You know what I mean? You can survive on.
Steve Jobs was a fruitarian.
Was he?
Now he's
No.
dead, so that didn't work out, did it?
Yeah, kidney. I think no, he had some sort of cancer, but he refused to get any traditional like medical.
Oh, he
help.
did,
He
yeah.
refused to go to a doctor. Like he only did herbal and spiritual.
That's not. I mean, come
mean-
on. You're allowed to sort of. square the
R.I.P..
two. Yeah. But this guy was healthy as shit, man. This guy'd been a fruitarian for years, like 20,
It's
30
got so
years.
much vitamins and stuff in it, but I would have thought that you needed a bit more protein.
Well, it depends what you're doing. If you're exercising, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you're just a guy who's just running a little
You get it
fruit
from
cafe,
nuts.
you'll be
He probably
fine.
ate a lot of nuts.
Did he eat nuts?
I don't know actually.
If it was just fruit, yeah.
I don't know if he was I reckon
He may have had a little top up or something.
but he wouldn't eat anything. He wouldn't
A
have
little
eaten
steak.
anything sort of processed or anything like he
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't have eaten meat or dairy or any of that
It's
stuff.
definitely healthier, isn't it? Like organic, picking it yourself.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy, again, a friend of my wife's family's. He lived on only potatoes for a year. He did a thing about it. It was like a charity thing. He lost loads of weight and he ended up writing a book, I think. And he was called like the potato guy. And
Mr. Potato Head.
Just Google Australian man lives on potatoes for a year, and he lost loads of weight because he was quite big as well, and he just did it as like some mad challenge.
What's how many he had a day? Like about 7.
I mean, and I think he could prepare them in various different ways. It wasn't just like eating them like apples,
Didn't just
Yeah.
have chips for a year.
but I think
Yeah, he lost 117 pounds.
yeah.
Was he overweight before then, or?
Is there a
Yeah,
before and
he-
after
he
photo?
weighed
Can we have a look at a before and after photo?
Yeah,
you
I'll
reckon?
find one. He weighed 334.
I mean, you definitely lose
What's
weight.
I don't
that?
understand
Less
pounds
calories.
because it's not the 70s. Oh, here he is. He's a hairy
Well,
guy.
most people
isn't
do
he?
pounds, don't they? Except for us.
What a hairy chest he's got.
Should have shaved his chest, bruv.
It looks more hairy as he's lost weight because the hair's less dispersed,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It looks good though.
If he kept losing weight and got really skinny, it just looked like he's got a t-shirt on.
That's him eating a
There
potato.
he is. Yeah, he just lived on potatoes for a year.
Yeah.
I wonder what was his thinking behind
I
that?
don't know. You can do it. That's why, famously, the Irish population like rocketed in the Middle Ages up until the potato famine, or the Great Hunger as it's actually known, because they only most sort of poor underclasses in the Middle Ages lived on one type of food. Like the English peasants lived on bread.
Yeah.
And they'd get the odd lot of fruit and veg and that, but like bread was the main source of food, and that was sort of the standard across Europe. And that's why population levels stayed pretty low, because it's not a very nutritious diet.
Yeah.
The Irish had potatoes obviously come in from. Well, we had potatoes here, but it was such a good agricultural island that potatoes became this massive crop everywhere. So everyone, the peasants in Ireland lived on potatoes almost exclusively instead of bread, and it became like this healthiest peasant class in Europe. And their population ballooned up to 9 million in the 1800s, 1700s.
And then there was the famine.
And then the famine came, where sort of there was this there was a disease that got into the potato crops of Europe and basically ruined any. If that was your main staple of food, then you just were fucked basically. So it wiped out 1 million people died of starvation, and 2 million left Ireland. And the population never recovered. The population is now only 6 million. It's never recovered for like hundreds of years.
Fucking hell. Yeah. I need to bang more. Apparently, bananas don't grow naturally. So it's plantain, and bananas were kind of an offshoot from that. And it was like, oh, these are much more edible. We can just peel them and eat them. So they cloned the banana plant.
Well, isn't broccoli and cauliflower?
So every banana has got the same DNA or the same structure to it, because it's just cloned. They don't grow naturally.
And I think, broccoli, cauliflower, they're not real. They're sort of... Are they? They're crossbred that were created by men. Not in like... When people say that, it feels like you're talking about laboratories.
Like hybrids.
But I'm talking like,
things.
hundreds of years ago, people just... When you cross-pollinate different seeds and things, I think they created broccoli. What's the science on that, Lucas?
Yeah, you're right. It's
yes. What is it? What was it originally though? Like, does it say how it was made? What it was?
A tree and a Brussels sprout.
Yeah, Julian got it right. No, it doesn't. I can't find it. But
yeah, his eldest born kid.
You can get a brocco flower as well.
That's why is it
broccoli and a cauliflower.
That's why it doesn't agree with some people, because it isn't actually a fully natural.
Yeah, it doesn't, does it? Bananas
cruciferous
don't either,
vegetables.
do they?
Yeah, some people have real trouble with cruciferous vegetables. Oh. It really gets their gut going, a bit of gas. For me, I love it, mate.
Yeah, they're good for you, man.
I love a bit of broccoli, love a bit of cauliflower.
Some people get like stomach problems though, don't they? Even with vegetables.
That would be fun. I mean, obviously people have got Crohn's disease and shit. Man.
Yeah.
They can't have like, isn't it fibres the one that fucks them up? That would be such a horrible condition to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially as a vegan, because like, what are you checking the group for questions?
Yeah.
You're just checking something else.
Broccoli comes from a wild cabbage.
What is it?
A wild cabbage.
Broccoli comes from a wild cabbage.
Called Brassica oleracea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love cabbage. I'm going to say that. And I know it sounds like...
That can give man's wind, though, innit?
It can do, yeah. But
Make man's fart.
Yeah.
Make man stink of shit.
You can make man's batty loose. I love it. Obviously, there's different types, but I love a.
What, a red one you like?
I like red cabbage. Yeah. But weirdly, I prefer red cabbage raw and prefer green cabbage cooked.
How do you cook it?
Loads of different ways. You can sort of
boil it.
Nah, I wouldn't boil cabbage.
Really?
I'm not my gran.
Oh.
I tend to saute it.
What does that mean?
Fry it.
Put a bit of salt on it.
You can put salt if you want. If I'm sautéing veg,
that's what saute
I tend
meant.
not to use salt. I tend to use a bit of soy sauce. So obviously you get the salt content, but you also get a bit of liquid to sort of give it a bit of...
What, and you stick it in a frying pan with a bit of oil?
A little bit of oil. Get the pan hot. Your oil. Often if I'm cooking, I'll use like a sort of a sesame oil if I'm frying up veg.
That smells quite strong when it's cooking.
Quite strong, but it's also got a higher burning point than your olive oils. So it doesn't burn as bad.
And you just stick it in the pan and fry it like...
Chop it up.
Like a bit of
chuck
bacon.
It in. Yeah, just fry it. But I'll normally shred it like quite fine if I'm frying up some cabbage. And then in a bit of soy sauce, sometimes a little bit of water. And then I'll chuck a lid over it quickly just to steam it for a minute.
And then put it on the plate.
And then put it on a plate. And then I'll put it in my mouth with a fork. And I'll chew it for a bit. And then I'll swallow it into my belly. And then my belly will take out all the nutrients. And then it will come out my arse as shit.
Come out a big gassy fart.
The end. Yeah, that's how you cook food.
You flush the toilet, yeah.
I then flush the toilet, and then it goes through the
Wipe my
pipes.
bum.
Wipe my bum.
Sitting or standing?
Sitting, please.
Yeah.
What
Do
you
you
have
have- do you
standing?
have a
What do you mean
crouch?
standing? Do you stand to shit?
No, not to shit, to wipe.
Oh, sorry. That's what I was like, what kind of shits are you doing, man?
I mean, you got a bend, though, ain't you?
Yeah, you got to bend, but
Show us how you do it.
Do you know what? I think I
Take your
used to
trousers off.
stand, and as I've got into my 40s,
Lock the door, please.
I now lean forward
and cry.
and just get sort of
And just
create a gap to like just get in there, and I
Wipe
stay
it on the
seated.
door.
Just wipe it on the rim of the toilet like that.
Just can't reach around. It's just my shoulder mobility. Just normally just go along the carpet like a dog. Put a bit of shake and vac down after.
Yeah, that's why do you stand to wipe?
yeah, well, I'm
Fully stand. Obviously, you sort of like slightly get a bit of an angle though. You don't
No,
just
yeah.
stand up straight like you're.
You're tallest.
Yeah, I got stilts. Yeah, I was crouch a little bit.
Great posture.
Yeah.
But-
Have you ever used one of them like
Bidets.
Indian style toilets where you just sort of crouch over it?
No, but I know
What are they called?
Yeah.
Gutters.
But over there they're just called toilets
What are they called? Sidewalks.
They don't
But,
use toilet paper either. They just use their hand, don't they?
with water. Yeah,
With
obviously,
water.
not just in your hand. Then walk around with shit on
And
it.
then they wash their hand afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why they don't eat with their left hand.
Yes, because you use your right for your
Oh,
batty.
Okay, that'd make me sick.
But they obviously in the Middle East and stuff where it's all hot, like the bum taps. Like they think we're disgusting for using toilet paper.
Yeah.
Because you are just smearing shit around
That's
your
why you
bum.
got to buy the wipes, man.
I know, but they're bad for the
Bad for the
environment,
environment.
man.
They're not. They're the flushable ones.
Yeah, but even the flush ones are still
just
going
like
into the
they?
sewers, aren't they?
I've got a squeaky clean batty though.
But you should. I mean, ultimately, the Middle Eastern technique of the arse taps is the best way. That's
What,
the
like
most
a bidet?
Yeah.
a bidet style, yeah. But the ones where you go like up your
Oh,
arse.
yeah, I
Yeah.
bet it's. I bet
Or
it
the
is.
Japanese toilets. You know,
Japanese
like,
toilets
comes
obviously are
out,
very
like,
good.
swirls.
Get some soap
And they
on there
dry
as well.
it as well.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
best thing about them.
Those
Dry.
are mad.
Because obviously then you need to give it a little courtesy wipe to dry.
Do they just do it with the water, or do they soap it up a bit, nice and
It's just
clean?
water, but nice warm water, just right up your bumhole.
Mad. I did
I'd
it
have a
once when I
wank.
went to a ramen restaurant. I didn't even know it was going to be like that. It just started.
Oh, if it's a surprise, that's the
What?
scariest
Yeah,
thing
I
on
was-
earth.
I was just-
Well, you didn't know the toilet was going to do
no,
that.
No.
That would be
You're
so.
like, who the fuck is that?
Just a guy just blowing. Man.
They're keen.
You can buy them as an attach.
Yeah.
You can buy the ones that like you don't have to buy a whole toilet. You can buy an attachment that connects to your toilet seat.
How do you plug it into the water?
I
You
think
gotta
you
plumb it into the washing
You don't have to
machine.
plumb it in because I know somebody. It's something you can do yourself.
Fill it up with water.
I don't think maybe you do actually. Let's have a little
Got a
Google.
bit of
Google
nice
this.
Evian.
Can
on
you?
it.
Can you? Sorry. Can you Google? What would you say? How would we say this? Attachable bidet.
Bum cleaner.
Attachable bum cleaner. Because I think there is ones you can buy. They're not crazy expensive, and you just attach it, and then you basically have like a Japanese toilet at home without having to get a whole new toilet. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? What have we got? What have we found?
Did we get any?
Oh, they're quite.
Yeah, we've got
smelly.
some questions on the group. We'll get into those in 1 second, but I just want to see what
it's
these
good to do it
toilets
on
are
the
saying.
public bit.
This
innit?
is a public. Oh, hello. So how does this
I
work?
might get one, man.
Yeah, it's like a seat. Yeah, you just put it on and then.
So where does the water come from, or does it attach into
I
the
guess it
system?
connects
I suppose
it
it connects to
in,
the
yeah.
system, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Right.
You can
This
get-
is
look at
good.
This one's fancy.
Well, how much is that?
That's
600
600 quid, but that's a
notes.
fancy one. You can
Pay my
definitely get
rent
They
cheaper.
for
can
that.
kiss my arm. They can clean my arm.
It should be a man who comes over and licks my
Innit?
bum. That-
But you're saying 600 quid. I mean, it's, you know.
You could
That's
get someone
not
to
a
lick your
lot.
bum for like 50 quid, I reckon.
It's more like 30 nowadays.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
How come you dropped the rates?
Times is hard.
Yeah, people,
Lockdown. Is that friends and family?
yeah, that's mates' rates.
But yeah, because in terms of the Indian toilets where you squat, it takes.
It's a better posture to squat.
Well, you're meant weirdly, because at
I'm
home,
shitting now.
Twyla's got we've got a toilet seat for her,
Yeah.
and we've got a little stool in front of the toilet that she can step on.
Put
to
your
get
feet
up.
on it.
I put my feet on it to
Yeah,
raise
yeah.
my knees, and I've been doing that for over a year or so, and it just
It's a long
creates
shit.
that shape that is so much better for your doo-doos.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Some people stand on the toilet seat and squat.
Imagine you walked in on that, man. You'd be like, what the... Like
Lock
a
the fucking door, mate.
like a vampire.
Like you're going to jump out the window. Changing a light bulb, mate.
But yeah, I do recommend a raised feet position for poos. Okay, let's go to the group, shall we? Oh my god, why are we talking about poo so much?
Don't know.
Where's that group? There was quite a few questions kicking around on it. Somebody's asked about, will I'm a Celebrity make or break Sean? For those that don't know, Sean Walsh will be going into the jungle, which is I don't know. Will it make or break? I don't think it will.
I think he'll come.
I don't think it'll make or break. I think he'll do fine out of it. I don't think he'll win it. I think to win it, you've got to be somebody who's very upbeat, there's a certain type of person who wins I'm a Celebrity. You've got to be a real character. I think Sean is very funny, but he's also, he's emotionally, he can be up and down. So I think when it gets tough, I think he's going to be a bit grumpy, and I don't think he's going to have the...
Where he knows the cameras are on, I suppose. Like,
that's what he needs. But the thing is, you don't know. And also, my fear is you're at the behest of the producers.
Yeah.
And I don't think...
And the editing and stuff.
I absolutely don't think they're going to try and stitch him up. I don't think they're going to try and make him look bad at all. But I just think someone like Mike Tyndall strikes me as somebody who's going to win it.
He?
He's an ex-rugby player, and now he's married to a royal, isn't he?
Oh, everyone thinks it's going to be the lioness.
Yeah, or her. Yeah, I think.
She's a football player.
So I think there's people that have sort of got the approval ratings going in. They're big names, very popular. I think it's going to be hard to beat them. So I think Sean will do fine, but I don't think he'll win it. It'd be funny if he had a full-on meltdown. I don't want that to happen because he's been through enough, but it would be the irony of him going into another thing, having finally got back on his feet and and he just totally fucks it. He's absolutely just bangs.
I think he'll go in there.
Mike Tyndall.
His head clear. He's
in the best mental shape he's ever been in since I've known him. So I think he's primed for it more than he ever has been. But I just think it's such a hard... I don't like the show. I hate it. I think it's...
I might watch it, though. What time is it on?
I don't know. It's on most nights.
I think he's a good guy, isn't he?
Well, that's it. Yeah.
He's like...
And hopefully that
comes across, yeah.
Yes.
I'd love to do it. Would you do it?
No. Morally, I wouldn't do it.
You couldn't eat all the...
I can't eat all the... I can't do the challenges. That's why I'm morally against it as a show. I think it's wrong that they do those things.
They're fucking eating live things, aren't they?
Yeah.
What about Big Brother?
I wouldn't do any of them. I hate when bloody someone tweets me, let alone cameras watching me all day.
I know.
Literally, sometimes somebody replies to one of my tweets and I'm like, oh, fuck off. Why is everyone getting in my face, man?
You reply to that, do you, saying that?
Just fuck off. And it's purely based on how...
So they let you shower without cameras?
Yeah. That's why you're not going to do it. I'll only do it if you get them cameras on my little...
I want one camera dedicated to my winkle. It's got to zoom in, mate.
Would you do it?
I'd do it, yeah. I didn't think about the vegan thing, though, but I would like to do it. It'd be a good challenge.
I don't know. I'd hate it. I don't like the reality
being in the
TV.
woods.
I'd do it without camera. I'd just do it. I'd like to live in the woods for a month, but that's a different story.
I'd prefer the woods than... I don't know, the Big Brother house looks quite lush, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, I just wouldn't. I don't want to be around people all the time. That's
and they definitely throw a few annoying cunts in
my
there.
God. Matt Hancock.
To stir it up.
Matt Hancock's going into the jungle. Sean, I'll tell you,
they might become best mates with Sean.
Here's the thing. Sean could make himself a national hero and I think win it if he just absolutely ironed out Matt Hancock on day one.
They met, didn't they, in a lift?
Yeah.
Vittorio said it on his podcast.
Yeah.
But imagine if Hancock walked in and Sean just fucking nutted him and went, you cunt, you fucking ruined this country.
Or just dug him out about lockdown and all that.
I think, that is the trick. If Sean, maybe if we can sort of telepathically
I wouldn't know what to say though.
Sean.
I'd be like, you did something. I know the country, you get on the country's nod. I wouldn't know how to address it or what he did.
Well, basically,
I'd read up first and so I knew and go in there.
He was... You know, he was giving out contracts to his mates.
Yeah,
during a
all
time
that
of
shit.
crisis. He was getting off with somebody behind his wife's
He
back
might have a
while
clause.
telling people they can't see their fucking families in hospital.
I bet he has a clause in his contract though that nothing like that could be aired if you really grilled him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right. But I reckon if Sean just punched him in the head.
Yeah.
Really hide the black eye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Rice and
that will
beans.
be
God, that'd be so weird.
Yeah, I reckon Hancock's. I think he shouldn't be allowed on it, but that's a different story altogether. Somebody said, any recent casting tapes we need to know about?
I did
You did one.
EastEnders.
I saw that on the email. For some reason, did you send it to the Two Vegan Idiots email address, or did? I got an email and I was like, "What's this?" And then I looked and it was on the TVI email, and it's a casting for you for EastEnders. I forgot to message you.
That's so weird.
I don't know if you forwarded it by accident or something. I didn't read it. I didn't actually read any of the stuff, so you've not broken any confidentiality.
Oh, it wasn't the video.
No, it
on me
wasn't the
then.
video. It was just the actual email about the casting.
That's all right. I thought it was the video.
No. Oh yeah, the video I've put on YouTube. Did you do it?
I sent it to the Vegan Idiots because that was the one that was open. I had to have that open.
Yeah. That's
so
it.
I needed to print it out.
It just came up on my laptop because I've got that as a But anyway, how did you do it?
I did it. I wouldn't say that I could have done better.
Right. Okay.
They wanted me naked, and I didn't get.
Did you really have to be?
Yeah.
They actually wanted you naked.
It's for EastEnders.
Yeah.
Is it EastEnders like in the city at night or something?
Well, in the they don't see your willy and that, but in the scene, I'm like a lodger and like kind of into drum and bass, a bit naturey. I'll just walk around the house naked.
Right.
It's a bit inappropriate.
Yeah. It's quite funny. I like that. I like that as a character.
The first scene was like there was 3 scenes. The middle one, I just took my top off.
Yeah, that's all right.
So they could see a bit.
You're happy with that. You've done that on Instagram.
But on a little bit of shoulder, really.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get naked. You know what I mean? I was thinking of like putting some pants on, but it's a bit much in it. Also, you don't want to send that to your agent at Avalon.
All right. I think it'd be all right.
Just like, here you go. And I'm fucking misread it.
So how many scenes did you have to do?
3.
Fucking, that's quite a lot. That's for a self-tape. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, that
Lot
was
of
just the
dialogue?
audition. Not a minute each scene, I guess.
That's still a fair bit. That's a fair bit. Well, I suppose it's EastEnders. It's a big show, so you must got to show your range. And how you weren't too happy with it?
I could have got off page better. I weren't off. Like I left it to the last minute, and then I was away for the weekend, and then
Did you have anyone reading with you?
Yeah, I got a friend to. Paul Dudderidge did the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, on Zoom.
Right.
Did he see you in your pants?
Yeah. Well, my shot, like it was only like the top half. Yeah. He's seen me in my pants loads of times. But yeah, it was all right.
That's good.
It's fun to do. I just need to know. I know for the next one, I'm going to get off script 100%.
Yeah.
Just know the lines. That's the main thing. If I'm reading, it's dog shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's night and day.
The only ones I think you can sort of cheat it is ones where it's you're saying it to camera. Like, and if you're doing something to camera, what you can do, I've done it for tapes before where you download a teleprompter app.
Yeah, I had one.
And you literally can just read it and like you'd be looking at the camera. So that's a way of cheating. But somebody says, who's this? RB said, where do you see yourself in 15 years other than attending Julian's 40th birthday party? Very funny. 15 years. What will I be? 55. I think I'll be
dead.
I won't be dead, but I reckon I'll be living somewhere like Australia.
Yeah.
I reckon I won't be doing comedy anymore.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll just be fucking gone, mate. I'll be
You'll
out
still
of
be
it.
gigging though, yeah?
Nah. Hey, I just got that. I'll just be one of them middle-aged shit comedians.
I'll just be talking on stage.
Yeah, and then moaning about why I'm not on Live at the Apollo.
After you've died at the last 100 gigs.
Literally do 2 gigs a month, both at like one at the downstairs at the King's Head, another like just sort of
great
gigs you've been in. Yeah, great. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you've been around so long you can only do a couple of gigs, but they're very loyal.
Yeah.
And then you're still like,
they still rate you.
Yeah. Even though you'll just die at their gig. You're like, I don't get it, mate. Oh, no, the store don't really reply to my emails anymore. But yeah.
You get me in at Top Secret.
Yeah, I know Mark from back in the day.
I have tried to get people in at Top Secret. Mark don't really.
Well, yeah.
He has to see people.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? I've tried.
But 15 years, yeah, I don't. I genuinely, I struggle to see myself being a 55-year-old doing stand-up.
I'm just going to be the same, probably a bit more wrinkly, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless I've got a good skincare routine.
Yeah. What about, would you think you'll still be doing stand-up in 15 years?
I won't be driving all over the country.
No.
Because no one's going to book me by then. But I won't be driving.
Allegations.
Would you want to? Do you want to be doing stand-up in 15 years?
I'll do it in a different capacity. Maybe I'll be tour maybe,
Right.
which never appeal to me. I don't know why. I just think it should appeal to me.
I know, that's what I don't like. I know it sounds, people think, when you do stand-up, you want to do it forever.
I need to put a special out on YouTube is what I need to do. That needs to be a goal. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
By then, I might have even still be thinking about it.
You'll put it out when you're 50, whatever, 15 years.
I will. I think that's.